month ago or something like that. It's kind of a daily driver. You know, I didn't pay very much money for the car. It was 3,000 Canadian with brand new tires and safety inspection and lots of other things. I'm in Canada, so we use a lot of salt on the roads and things like that. And these cars, or any cars really, are prone to rotting out. This thing is a 2009, 17 years old. The reason I bought it though was the previous owners used an astonishing amount of rust proofing on the car. So there is no rust on this car, which is amazing for a Canadian car. Long story short, anyway, the one reason I think I got it so cheap was there was a lifter tick in the engine, particularly when it was cold. It was fairly pronounced. It sounded like one lifter ticking. I wish I could show it to you now, but I can't, and here's why. I think I fixed it. So my theory, when I started the car, when I was looking at the car, I knew this is a lifter tick. I said, well, I mean, the rest of the car is really, really good. This is a good deal. If I had to replace the lifters, well, it'd be a big project. It'd be a YouTube video, but let's try medicine before surgery. So what I did was I put a bottle of Seafoam in the oil. I also put another bottle of Seafoam in the gas to clear up, you know, injectors and things like that. I think maybe it missed a few oil changes, something like that. Anyway, I put the Seafoam in the oil. Nothing immediately happened, but I've been driving it quite a bit, and one particular commute I have is about 350 kilometer round trip, which is like, I don't know, 200 miles round trip, and I've done that one a couple of times, plus, you know, regular commuting and stuff. So I've probably put 1,000 kilometers in the car since I bought it, and in that time it cleared itself up. The lifter tick is gone. So the Seafoam thing worked in this case. I'll start it here. I don't have my regular microphone on. I'm just using the camera microphone right now so you can hear this. So I'll start this so you can hear what it sounds like right now. So that's pretty quiet. Honestly, I mean, it's not cold because I have actually been driving it, but it's pretty quiet. It's pretty steady. So I'm pretty happy to see. And in the mornings when I start it, again, nothing. It sounds just like this. So I want to keep going with this. So I need to change it all because I don't know if I should leave the Seafoam in for a very long time. I don't know how clogged up the filter is or anything else. So I am going to change it, and I'm going to change it with this. And you've probably seen this on a number of different channels. Seafoam Restore and Protect, and people are claiming it does amazing things, cleans out your engine, brings it back to where it was. So yeah, that's what I'm going with. I happened to get it on sale. I'm not sure why it was marked down, and the place that I can get it at, I can't get it at Canadian Tire here. They don't carry it. Walmart does though, oddly enough, and they had a great price on it. It was 43 bucks, which, you know, the normal Pennzoil Ultra Super Green, I don't know what it is. The normal really good oil I get is usually like 60 bucks for a jug. So at 43, this is actually even a good deal. But allegedly, if you keep changing your oil with this, it'll kind of bring it back to clean it all up. So that's what I'm going to do. I do want to show you underneath of this car, now that I've got it up on these ramps. In order to get up on the ramps, because these cars are, you know, so low in the front, you know, I have to put boards on because I couldn't jam the ramps under it. But underneath of this car is astonishingly good shape, and it's really because these people have rust-proofed. The previous owners rust-proofed this car on a, I think, annual basis. And I'm telling you, if you are Canadian, do this. This is in astonishingly good shape underneath, which is rare for Buicks or any car really, but particularly these cars. They tended to rust out pretty badly, and there is nothing. I mean, there's a lot of, you know, slimy rust proof and stuff, but there is no rust, no corrosion. So there's proof right there. Okay, so changing oil on these cars isn't too hard, actually. If there's nothing in the way, there's no like big belly pan like my wife's Escape has or anything like that. Probably going the wrong way. I don't know. As usually, need a little extra leverage. Just get a wrench. Boy, whoever put that on there really reefed it on there. Back here. Yeah. It was jamming on there pretty tight. Anyway. Just like every other oil change, you just unscrew your thing. But it's right here. It's an aluminum oil pan, it looks like. I keep pressure on the oil plug as I unscrew it so it doesn't, like, I can grab it. There we go. This oil doesn't have that many miles on it. I think it was changed just before I actually even got the car, so it might have like 1,000 kilometers on it. But as you can see, it's quite thick and dark, and that's because I had that Seafoam in there, and that really kind of cleaned a lot of crap out of the engine. So that's why I wanted to do this. I didn't want to leave it in there. I have no idea how plugged up that filter is, but I'm sure it's not, you know, good. So anyway, I'm just going to let that drain. These cars take 4 quarts of oil, apparently. No metal on the magnet or anything. Okay, that's good enough. These have a sort of a rubber washer on them, the oil plugs too, so you don't have to put a extra gasket or washer or anything on it. .15mm, in case I didn't mention that already. I'm sure there's a torque spec, but we'll call that good. I appreciate the placement of the oil filter in this thing too. Right here. Facing the right way, not like on the front of a... Oh, they reefed that one on. There's no need of jamming them on like that. I think my wrench is getting caught up there. Hand tight. These should be hand tight. Not... There's no torque spec here. I'm just going to let some of that drain off so it doesn't get everywhere. Like I said, this oil isn't old, but it's pretty dark. That's a good sign. I have a Wix filter to replace it. Little tip I've seen: take your filters and match them together like this to get oil all over your ring, and that way you know actually it's the right size for one thing, and also lubricates that ring, and you can make sure that your oil ring came off, or the gasket came off where it was supposed to. Little tip on these filters: Wix filters, about the best you can get. But if you're going to go buy them one at a time, they're sort of expensive. So what I do is, when I get it, like I got this car, and I order a case, there's multi-pack you can get. They're meant for, like, you know, if you're a garage or something like that. So normally this filter for me to go buy, this or Napa Gold, which is exactly the same thing, it's made by Wix. They're like $20 to $24 a piece. But when I buy a case of 12, a case of 12 is $96. So they end up being $8 a piece. And this is a Wix, not the Wix XP. People are under the false impression that Wix XP is a better filter. It isn't. The original Wix actually filters a smaller particle size. They'll go down, they're actually better at filtration. Where at Wix XP, where you want Wix XP, is the media in it's different, and it will last longer. So if you're doing, like, you know, 10,000, 12,000 kilometer oil changes or something like that, you're going to want the longer lasting filter. But I don't do, you know, 12,000 kilometer oil changes. I don't wait that long. These are actually better filters, and for what I'm doing, I clean it out by using this Restore and Protect Valvoline. This is going to be what I want. So just a little tip: if you're going to buy a car, you pick up something like that, or you plan to do more than 4 oil changes, get a case of 12 of these Wix filters. They're the best filter you can get, and you're going to have the best price on a filter, and you'll never worry about having it. Now, one thing I found out about this car: the oil cap is not like your regular oil cap. When you unscrew it, oh no, that one it did. When I did this before, the whole thing comes out for some reason. I'm not sure why. But anyway, the whole tube comes out because it's connected to this plastic cover to the valve underneath. But anyway, it came out that time, so we're good. I pre-measured out the oil, of course. I got 4 quarts in here. If you don't have one of these things to measure out your oil, I highly recommend it. It's so much easier. I'm not using a funnel or anything. You can get exactly the amount of oil you want. It's just it makes your life a lot easier. The car calls for 5W30. That's what I'm putting in, is 5W30 Valvoline Restore and Protect. That's pretty much it. You know, your basic oil change. It doesn't get any more basic than this car for changing oil. I gotta say, I don't have a bunch of stuff in the way. The filters are easy to get to. The plug's easy to get to. So pretty pleased there. 4 quarts of oil. We'll see how the Restore and Protect does in this engine. But I mean, I wanted to go medicine before surgery, like I said. So Seafoam, I'd never done this before, and I just put it in the oil that was there. After about 1,000 kilometers, that lifter tick kind of went away, and I did notice, for some reason, I started getting better gas mileage. So I had it on the dashboard. It tells you how much your mileage is, and when I was coming back from the long commute I had the other day, it was getting better and better. So I don't know what happened. I fixed something, but a lot easier to do that than to tear this thing apart and get into, you know, changing out lifters and things like that. So yeah, a can of Seafoam, run it for 1,000 kilometers, and then change to Valvoline Restore and Protect. And I'm probably just going to keep running Valvoline Restore and Protect. This car has 267,000 kilometers on it, which is, I don't know what it is in miles, 150,000 miles or something like that. And it's 17 years old. It's 2009. So, you know, for the money I paid, I can keep driving this thing as long as it doesn't, as long as I stop it from rusting out, and I'll keep up with the rust protection. You know, potentially you can drive these for a very long time and for not very much money with no car payment. So, win for me. Thanks for watching.